Today we have a new series. So for context, I just got my blue belt and I am trying to become the best brown belt I can to in turn become the best black belt I can and diversify and uniqueify, if those are even real words, my style in its own way. For context, my blue belt I got is in karate. I do some other martial arts, but we'll cover those in later videos. So, we will... Oh, ignore that. So, what I did was I took the bow staff, the weapon I'm using, and I thought, okay, what can I take most from this to incorporate into my other training and forms? Repetition practice, control, discipline, and intricacy. I picked a certain type of move that is both hardest for me to do and requires the most control, intricacy, etc. that I believe, body rolls. I will try to get all of them in a row. And if I can get them all in a row, then I've passed this segment. First, I have wrist rolls, half neck rolls. I then have full neck rolls. After that, I have a cross transition, shoulder roll. That is elbow roll. That's double elbow roll. Waist wrap. Double waist wrap. Next is reverse sunset, sunset, sunrise. Then we have half circus, full circus, and then we have extended circus. You can see how they're done here. Then we have reload, double tap, and voodoo. The goal is to get all of these tricks in a row. I will go into more detail on what these tricks are in a bit when you're watching me do them. First, I went to the backyard and I said, let's set it up. So you can see me here. I'm kind of just fiddling with some stuff. I realized the basketball hoop's in the way. I get stumped, so I just move it over. So, as you can see here, this is very sped up. I have this, I think, 6,600% sped up. As I'm kind of fiddling around with the tricks, I probably spent like 3.5 hours trying to get all these body rolls at once. So I just sped it up so you can see the total time taken. I also, during this sped up time, I tried to incorporate a beginner into it so I can teach her. That way I can also learn more of the inside and outs by looking at it in a different angle, because the beginner's gotta learn it more than I do, right? Which actually turned out pretty good, but she injured her knee, so it didn't go too well. On the flip side though, she did get dog poop on her hand, and this was kind of funny. We proceeded to spend, I think it was 20 minutes, just cleaning up the poop all in the yard, which was not fun, but all in service of the grind. So now I'm saying we're coming around to kind of the midpoint here, I think. I don't really know. And it's looking pretty solid because I think at this point I kind of put them into trifectas. First trifecta, we had the full circus trifecta, then the sunrise set reverse trifecta, and the reload voodoo and double tap trifecta. Okay.
Ready?
Yes. So we're at the left. We caught it impressive. So yes, you want to pull. And then I kind of had the other ones, just they're the easier ones I threw in the beginning. So first things first, the wrist roll. This is a very simple trick if you see me doing it. You simply just hold it in one hand and you flick it over the back of your hand and catch it as it rolls over your wrist. Do that in the back way, so for left way and right way. Next you'll see me do is the the half neck roll. I'll just put the staff on the left side of my neck and I'll pass it and it'll roll around the back of my neck and I catch it on the right side. I did that both ways. Again, a very beginner one to learn. Not really much problem there. That's exactly what I want. Third one, you have a full neck roll. This is where I'll put on my right side / left side and I'll spin it around my neck and I'll catch it on the side, right? Third one is my shoulder roll. Now this is simple. I do a little spin and I just kick it off my back. It rolls over my back, over my shoulder, back into the armpit area, and I catch it. If you ever see me doing some weird spinning action, those are called, right before my body rolls, those are called setups. And usually I'm doing a butterfly setup. That's just a specific kind of rotation setup I do. So don't pay too much attention to that. Those aren't actually part of the trick. Those are just setups for the trick, right? And alone, these tricks don't really look too crazy, but the real fun is when you start mixing them and intertwining them in a major set or a weapon set, which you may not see today, but maybe I'll show some other time. That stuff is pretty cool. So, what else can you see me doing? Elbow roll. This is another easy one. Simply just roll it over, place it on the back side of your elbow. It rolls over the top half, the bottom half, and then you catch it on the other side of the elbow. I'll show you this. Voodoo double tap. Real loud. And now we'll do the circle set, family. That was almost easy. If you look at the ground, you can slowly see just where I was practicing my bow staff just develop like a dirt crater. And that's just because I was there for the longest time. For the longest time. Okay. 3 trilogies down is my best shot I had at doing this. I only have the easy ones left. Oh my god, please. Please. Okay. I have single and double elbow left. Please. That's not a good enough catch. Full circus. These are new shoes too. Oh, okay. And we're going again. Voodoo. We smash, of course. And then we bang and reload flawless. We always do. Then we'll smash out double tap. And peel off of that trilogy immediately. I mean, we'll look at tassel just like it's a joke, because it is. We laughed at as well because it's not quite as good as it is. In its own way, I'll also know that and do it is here. Now I get the sunsets, like they think they got some from me, but they really don't. They just watch, they're just obliterate as if they don't even exist. Because I'm just on that like block mode right now. It's simple, they're just not really relevant or challenging tricks in the slightest, right? That's why I'm able to do these flawlessly while I'm talking, because at the end of the day, they're just not very hard, right? They're like, again, I'm a seasoned professional here, right? I'm a veteran. Veteran on the force. I really am.
I'm going to shoot myself. Oh my god. 5.5 hours. 5.5 hours of footage. Just like 1 gigabyte of footage. And I alone did that. Yes. Look at that kick of just, I'm like, I feel like I gotta air this racket, but it's just 235 hours. If I pull a line, it's just definitely left it because I smell the line. And, I do this much older. So.
For you guys, because I'm feeling in such a gracious mood, I'll show you a 540. One last victory 540. Kata's the goat! So as you can see, I'm opening with a 4-second kind of. Usually, you put the arms on 2 90-degree angles. Here I did that exact same thing and just held the staff kind of in a pointed position. So, as you can see, the one with the green staff, she's the beginner. She's kind of just messing around. Kind of helped her out, helped her practice. And then what will happen is I'll bring her in. Here, you can see I now am trying to incorporate the staff with another kata I know, and it's called Han Yondan. This is the kata I needed to, not perfect, get to blue belt level to get to my blue belt, right? And I'm trying to incorporate my own staff move. Now, I'm not really utilizing too many tricks here, because well, it does work. I'm trying to only get more strikes with it, and I don't want to risk slapping Olivia, and I don't want Olivia to hurt herself, etc., etc. Because me, I don't want her hurting me either, right? But we utilize strikes. So I took the own basic hand kata, Han Yondan, and I incorporated staff with it. And you can see me here kind of trying to mess around with it. I'm also teaching Olivia this, the girl you see there, so that I can learn more about it, and I can teach someone else, and hopefully she enjoys it a little bit more too. And maybe I just hold the staff like this, and it just kind of gives some flair. Okay, ready? So follow me, ready? Follow along.
1, 2,
oh my god!
4, 5, 6,
oh my
7,
god,
8, 9,
time. So we can go. Hi. And this incorporates a lot more control. You need a lot more control and timing, which is kind of different from kata. So you'll come in, you'll front kick, as you fall in, thumb release, punch, okay?
like that?
So like, yeah, exactly like that. Wait, come back in the camera. I don't think you're on camera anymore. Yep. Very nice. Okay, there we go. Got a little punch action. We'll roll to uke. And instead of roll to uke, and roll to uke here, except we'll just go. We'll switch up and go. This is where we switch hands. Boom. Uppercut-like motion with the staff, which would ideally hit him right behind the chin, right? Or right under the chin. And then I pulled in and up. I hit like my god-awful terrible side snap kick and terrible side snap kick and back fist, because I am the most inflexible human you will ever see. It is bad. It's really bad. And now after we're practicing this kata a little bit, I seem to put it together. So as you can see, usually there would be a elbow slam onto their head at the end after the back fist and side kick, but I incorporated a over the head strike. I also wanted to keep the strikes fairly simple-ish. And 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And ready? Walk in 3, 2, 1. Hold it like this. Because it's my first time incorporating weapons into a hand kata, and I really was hoping to let it so my girlfriend there could follow as well, because I don't want her to get lost in the sauce. Pause. But I didn't want her to. I wanted her to be able to follow along. I want to keep it simple so you can follow, right? We just did the body rolls. You kind of saw that. So then, as you can see, after I hit the round kick, the over the head strike, I invert it on the same side. Then I pull into what is a collar grab and tighten. Here I utilized also you can see my kick and stance form is kind of iffy. That's because I have a little bit of my knees really hurting, and I got very uneven and slippery ground, so I really had to be careful there. But that's besides the point. Stance work should look a little better in the final take of this, but no promises. This is where you kind of spin the staff around your back, butterfly setup, and you put in front of you, and you rotate it. Instead of rotating on your wrist like a ritual, it rotates around your thumb, and then as the stick rotates around your thumb and is fully horizontal like this on your thumb, you pop it up. So that's what I did. Boom, pop it up, you then hit double punch and catch it palm down, which was a little tricky, but I think we got there for the time we had, which is really nice. You then invert this exact same thing I said on the other side. After that, I fall into what is called a Murata Uke, which I think is that's Japanese. I actually don't, like, for some of the moves, I remember what they are in Japanese, but then don't remember what they are in English. Like, I know Shuto in Japanese, I know Murata Uke in Japanese, but, like, I don't know what these are in English, but then I know high block and low block, and I really would have to fish hard to find what those are in Japanese. You can put like 1,000 times though. So, if you would like to see, here is the finished kata.
Got it? Yes. I was actively getting bit by something.
Yes, successful. I wanted to get the beginner kata also. However, due to knee issues, we really didn't want to risk it. So hopefully in the future vids, she will be able to train alongside us to the max. But sadly, she couldn't this time. Let me know if this is a cool idea. Boom! Thank you.